In this candy apple tutorial, I will show you how to make your sweet magical Minnie Mouse candy apples with Cricut. This is a food safe mat. The Cricut food safe mat is down in the description box down below. I was in a rush, so I got this from Michael's and it was a little too thick. If you're going to use your Cricut for treats, make sure you only use it for treats. I have two Cricut machines, one for treats and one for crafts. Use your Cricut Cake blade to cut your fondant. This is for fondant. If you don't remember anything else, remember this. Only put fondant between the numbers 1 and 9. Only put fondant in between the numbers 1 through 9. But I like to be extra careful. So 1 through 9 is upside down. So you're not going to put any fondant here, and you're not going to put any fondant here. You can put fondant here, but I just don't even fool with it. I don't want to have any issues with fondant getting inside the Cricut machine. Keep the sides clear and also keep the top row clear. Get you some Crisco. What you want to do is put some Crisco on the part that you will use. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions about this candy apple tutorial. I have my fondant between the lines 2 and 9. So anywhere from 1 through 9, remember 1 through 9, you're going to be okay. So I am going to use some cornstarch. This is Walmart's brand. This is to dry out the fondant so the fondant doesn't stick to your blade. Use one of your treat brushes to apply the cornstarch. And you just lightly apply some cornstarch. The first thing you need to do is open up your Cricut design space and click New Project. Now it's time to design your fondant for your Minnie Mouse candy apples. You can use a pre-made design or create your own. Upload an image, and I have a Minnie Mouse face here. Upload, click Upload. And this is a Minnie Mouse face that I found on Google. This is a PNG. And if you look up here, upload an image to use in designs, compatible file types, JPG, GIF, PNG, BMP, SVG, or DXF. I am a big fan of PNG. So you click your image, add to canvas. I want to resize this. So you click on the square to resize it. My height is 2 inches and my width will be larger due to the Minnie Mouse ears. So my width is 2.302 and my height is 2. 2 inches is the average size for candy apples. I am going to add a text, the letter M. A capital M. I need to change the color to pink. And let's resize. And bring the M here. I really don't like this M. So I go over to font, and if you do not have a Cricut subscription, you can click on System. You can scroll for the free fonts here. I'm going to choose this. This is for Minnie Mouse. I really don't like this font either. Okay. Okay, this one is perfect. This is what I want to use. If I click on this and say make it, it's not going to print the way that I want it to print. Click on mat for any material, 12 by 12, confirm. See, I have my Minnie Mouse face. and it has the M on another mat. That's not what I want to do. I do not want this to print on two mats. So I want this to be all one, and you can do this two ways. You can highlight over it and select it, or you can just click select all. You can go down here to the bottom right and click attach. Now it turned everything one color, and that's black. I am going to turn this Minnie Mouse face back into pink so you can see how it will look on your candy apples. It's attached. Everything moves in one unison. Reason why I say make sure your design is in between 1 and 9, that's so your rollers don't roll over your fondant and make that roller line. And I'll show you what I'm talking about as far as the Cricut machine. The first thing you want to do on your Cricut machine is to move over the rollers. And I'm going to copy and paste. And I'm going to paste this one more time to have 3 images. And this is too close to the 9, so I need to bring this over. Since my fondant is rolled out between 2 and 9, I am going to do this. I'm going to select all, and I want to group this together so it can be all one. I want it to print just like this. So attach and make it on mat 12 by 12. Confirm. Okay, great. Everything is together. Remember, between 2 and 9, put it right here, because remember I left space at the top. I just don't like to put fondant at the top line. I do not want fondant to jam up in my Cricut. That's just me, but you can put it up here if you want to. Make sure you just leave your sides clear. So this should be blank. 0 and 10 should be blank. So anywhere between 1 and 9, you're okay. Remember, my fondant goes between 2 and 9. So I am going to put my image here, and I will be okay right here. And click continue. I need to add new material. Well, we have our fondant here, but I'm going to show you how to set that up. Let's X out. Okay, so what you probably see on your screen is this. Okay. What you need to do is, you do not see anything about fondant. So what you need to do is click browse all materials. Click on material settings, scroll all the way down, click add new material. I am going to name this Minnie Mouse fondant. Minnie Mouse fondant, and click save. So here's my Minnie Mouse fondant. I want this to remain off. I need to change my blade to deep point blade, and I am going to change this to 170. and save. What you want to do now is go to browse all material, scroll down, my materials. So you scroll down until you see my materials. You're going to click right here to bookmark it. Scroll back up to X out, and then you go to bookmark, and now you have Minnie Mouse. Now it's time to load your mat. Click the load button. I don't want to be in the way, so you're gonna hit this button right here. Okay, so remember when I said make sure the first row is clear? That's because the wheel is right here. Same over there. You just want to make sure you have it in between 1 and 9. Okay? Now, all I have to do now is press go. So once the design is uploaded, place your food mat on the Cricut machine and load it into Cricut. Then press the start button and watch your design cut out. Unload the mat. You may need your X-Acto knife to carve out your Minnie Mouse fondant for your candy apples. You definitely need this to carve out the M, smooth your edges around. I think it's better if you do the Minnie Mouse face without the letters because this can be so tedious. The fondant is very fragile. I think you should use the letter silicone molds. Also work very fast because your fondant can dry out and become brittle, especially with the cornstarch that's layered on top of this fondant. Smoothing out my edges with the fondant tool. Now add your Minnie Mouse fondant piece to your candy apple. I use this bow silicone mold to apply my fondant. Now apply the bow for the Minnie Mouse on your candy apple. This is sugar magic. I am going to apply roses to my Minnie Mouse candy apple and use this rose silicone mold. You will apply your fondant inside the rose silicone mold. Use a fondant tool to remove any excessive fondant from your silicone mold. Pop out your rose and apply it to your Minnie Mouse candy apple. This is too big. I will use the small roses for my Minnie Mouse candy apple. If you have enjoyed this Minnie Mouse candy apple tutorial, make sure you stay tuned to watch my next videos coming up right here on Candy Apple TV. I'll see you in a few seconds over in my next video.